In this video, we are going to learn AngularJS routing. And for that, first I want you to open this website, angularjs.org, and I hope you remember that earlier we have downloaded the AngularJS version from the same website. Now I want you to click on this Browse Additional Modules. And from that, we are going to download JavaScript file which is required for this routing, which is angularroute.js. I want you to download this file so that we can use this thing in a project. Starting the sample, I have created one empty website in my Visual Studio. As you can see, inside this empty website, just to save my time, I have created two folders with the name JS and templates. Inside this JS, I have added my AngularJS and AngularRoute.js files, which I have downloaded from the website. And also I have added two new files with the name app.js and controllers.js. These two JavaScript files are empty JavaScript files which I have added. Inside this, we are going to write code in the sample. Also, I have added one HTML page with the name index.html, which is empty right now. And same way, we have a folder templates inside which we have three HTML pages with a meaningful name. And these pages are also not having any content inside that. In this sample, right now we don't have any code. We are going to write some code and we'll create a proper AngularJS routing mechanism between multiple pages. For that, first I'm going to deal with index.html page. In this page, I'm going to quickly copy and paste one of my code. And if you see, I have a simple HTML page in which now inside a head tag, I have referred my AngularJS, AngularRoute, app.js and controllers.js. As I already told you, there is no code inside these files right now, but we are just preparing our page properly. Like always, inside this body tag, we have ng-app, which is going to connect with my module name sample app. And inside this, we have one unordered list with the three hyperlinks inside that. And each hyperlink, which is my anchor tag, is going to connect with somewhere a word, route 1, route 2, and route 3. Somewhere inside this page, the only new thing is this div tag inside which we have one new directive of Angular, ngView. This ngView directive is going to helpful in routing when we want to load a particular content page inside this particular application. You can say this is content page or somewhere a partial view kind of thing of MVC. Now next, inside this app.js, I'm going to write my code. Like always, if you see, I have my Angular module with the name sample app with what I have connected with ng-app. This time, I'm using one predefined object inside this, which is ng-route. And like earlier videos, I hope you know that this is something which I'm doing dependency injection from Angular. Based on this ng-route, we are going to configure our route for the application with the help of a method config. So with the help of this module.config, I'm using one service, $routeProvider. Remember, $routeProvider service of AngularJS is going to help us to create and configure our route. With the help of this $routeProvider, I'm calling a method like when, and I'm specifying one word with that. That is actually name of my route. I hope you remember that in our HTML page, our anchor tags are also dealing with this words only. The rule is this word should match with your route name. And that's why, as you can see, we have three route 1, route 2, and route 3. With each route, we have to provide two properties with that. The first one which I'm providing is template URL, which is going to take my page location. And I'm specifying in that my page for the first route 1 will be template/page1, that's my this page 1. And the controller which is associated with this page will be route 1 controller. Same way, I have specified route 2 also. That is also having a combination of page as well as route controller with that. My route 3 is not having any controller, it's just having one simple page inside which I have written one simple line that this is my default page content. So this will be that page content which is visible if I am not clicking on any route. And as you can see, using these three when methods, we have created three route with the name route 1, 2, 3. If user is not going to pass any route, then the default route is going to be controlled by a function otherwise, in which we are just specifying that the default route for the otherwise will be route 3. So it means if I don't pass any route, still that will take route 3 as a default route for that. And this will display this mypage.html by default. So in this app.js, I have created my simple Angular module and I have configured a route for that. It's a time to write a logic now. If I open my controllers.js file, inside this I have a very simple controller logic, and I hope you remember that this two code in which I am creating route 1 controller and route 2 controller I have used somewhere in my earlier videos. This one is actually having an array of some car names, and this one is going to select the default car, which is my favorite car for that. And I hope you remember that this code we have used earlier in our directive videos of ng value. In same way, if you see the second logic is having a simple property click counter, and we are going to increment that thing in this check function. We have used this thing also in one of the directive video, which is known as ng click. Now, once we have this two, we are going to check this thing that how these two logical controllers are going to connect with our view. The twist is, now we want to connect these two controllers with these two pages, which we have specified. So as we know that route 1 controller and route 2 controller is having some logic inside that, and these two controllers are going to connect with these two pages, page 1 and page 2, via this route. If I show you my page 1.html, that is having the same logic which we have used in that sample, is going to display ng repeat, in which we have collections of car, and somewhere we are going to specify the expression for the favorite car. The point which I want you to notice is this, that in this particular page 1.html, first we do not have a full page content like HTML head tag, body tag is not there. It's just having a partial page kind of content. It's just having a div tag inside that. And the second thing which I want you to notice is this, that this page 1.html is not having ng controller directive to connect with the controller. This time we do not want ng controller directive because the connection between this view and that controller logic is done by my route with the help of my route configuration. So because this is connected with the help of this route only, we do not want ng controller in our views. Same way, if I show you my page 2 also, in that also we do not have any ng controller, nor we have that head tag and all. Let's see this thing working so that we can check how it's behaving. I'm going to click on my index.html page and view in browser. So this is my first page in which we just have a default content. And you can see if I click on route 1, it's going to show me my first route, that is you do not have this ng controller, and you can see that this is working with that. The thing which I want you to notice is in my address bar is showing my route 1 with the hash. Now if I specify route 2, that's going to show me my second route, which is having that checkbox kind of thing which we have seen in earlier videos. Logic of this page is not important. The important thing is the connection between this page UI controls and their controller logic. The good thing which I want you to remember is this, that right now when we navigate from route 1, 2 or 3, it's showing me that we are actually able to navigate from one page to another page, but logically we just have one HTML tag, inside that one head tag and one body tag, and this area is loaded based on my Angular routing. This particular concept is also known as single page application of AngularJS routing. When user is going to run this thing, even though this is single page application, if user is going to click on back, he can see that my browser is able to remember my full navigation history, which is again an awesome feature of AngularJS. Thank you.